Welcome in, everybody. I'm Joey. So, GT2 hopper in the BMW at Road America. This one turned into a really good race, so let's get into it. Off the line, we're going to hang behind this Porsche, soak up some of that draft, and wait for some space to open up. A little opens up on the left side. I accidentally touched grass because I'm a big-time gamer, bro, and now I'm going to go for a little drift.
Nice job, team.
All right, another one for the montage. The montage is going to be so good when it comes out. When it comes out, it could very well be the greatest montage you'll ever see if you forget about all the other drift montages you've seen. Or maybe you've never seen one, in which case then it's the only and best drift montage. That guy went for a drift too. He ate shit. So the edit was a little uncalled for, but we're starting middle of the pack. I lost a couple of positions because of the accidental drift. Hopefully I can make those up pretty quickly, although it's not going to start happening quite yet because a little touch on the curb on the outside, and I'm going for another drift. It's not great race-wise, but in terms of montage clips, I'm really stacking them up. So if we want to look at the bright side of things, the montage is at least looking good. I'm down in the 17th. And now a massive traffic jam is awaiting me up ahead. Times like these, all you can really do is just cross your fingers and start praying that you make it through the pack and you're not the innocent bystander in a massive crash. Around turn 8 is where the blockade starts to form. A BMW rejoins the track sideways and creates a minor roadblock, which slowed me down a little bit. Lost some momentum there, but fortunately, I'm still going strong. We didn't totally spin out, and we'll just keep on keeping on. With that over, now I've got some breathing room to put the head down and try to start catching up to the pack ahead. Skipping to lap 2, a couple of Porsches exchanging some love bites out of turn 2, and one of them ends up in the grass. Then later on that lap, another couple of Porsches here, heading into the braking zone of Canada Corner. Here, braking at that first board on the left side, I think on the hard tires, which I'm on, you can usually get away with braking on that second board. Both of these guys actually ended up going a little deep, and that gives me the opportunity to go around the outside of Schmitty up into 8th place before we get to the final corner, back onto the straight, head up the hill, and finish off lap 2. The comeback might just be on. We're looking pretty good. Lap 3 was pretty much no man's land. Didn't see anybody, which gave me an opportunity to put in a good lap and catch up to 7th place. Although I did end up getting a 4/10 penalty for drifting wide. 7th place, also in the BMW, but he's got the Skechers livery on that one, so it's just instantly better than my default one. We'll slip up the inside, coming out of turn 2, back onto the straight, on the power nice and early, and we'll get the run, get by him up into 7th. Now, this was the point in the race where everyone started to settle in and start spreading out into some smaller groups of drivers. I caught up to this group of 3 right at the end of lap 5. I almost got shoved wide by that BMW that was rejoining the track, but no worries. The bastard's going to finish the job on the exit, and now I'm going to follow him into the pits because I'm pretty pissed off. If this guy wants to throw some hands, I will throw some hands. So we said hi to the pit crew, got a new set of hard tires, and we'll eye up a completely clean move into turn 1, pulling off to the inside, right up the inside. Clean move done. No contact made whatsoever. If you're looking for a guide on how to take turn 1 at Road America, that is the perfect example. What you want to do is miss the apex by about 20 feet, hit the guy on the outside, and then just keep going, run wide, not get a penalty, and there you go. Follow my tips, I guess, and you two could be incredibly garbage at this game. But we're heading down the straight. I took a couple of looks behind just to double check that I wasn't going to get railed up the arse by the BMW. The Viper going a couple of inches deep there. That means we're up into 8th. Now skipping to the end of lap 7. I passed a bunch of people going into the pits at the end of lap 6, so that put me up into 3rd. Now coming out of the pits to start lap 8 was the original leader of the race. So they're obviously going for the 2-stop. Their tires are going to be screaming bloody murder by the end of this one, but they're also shaving a ton of time off by not having to go into the pits for a 3rd time. It's a long trip down pit road here at Road America, so they are saving a ton of time. This is the final corner of lap 10. Now, I thought about going into the pits here, but because Chiaco, I hope that's how you pronounce it, Chiaco, because they were doing the 7-lap stints, I figured, let me try to extend this to 11 laps, and then at the start of 12, I'll pit, get onto softs, and then finish off the race on the best tire that we've got. We'll see how that winds up working out for me. By the time I got to the carousel on lap 11, my tires were evolving into ice skates. The front left is pretty much already an ice skate, but the other 3 are in the yellow warning zone, so they're definitely getting there. Chiaco on those newer tires is going to make the pass on the right side, get the move done before the dogleg to the right, and there you go. I'm back down into second place, and that pretty much seals the deal on me not getting first in this one. After I pit this lap, I'll probably be down like 30 seconds, so that might be a couple seconds too much for me to make up for on 3 laps of soft tires. Chiaco would have to like choke this one 5 times over for me to even come close at this point, so it's going to be a battle for second. It wound up being a very good battle at that as well. Around the final corner we come. RBL heading around the outside. I'll get a little bit of draft, pull off to the right, and we'll head into the pits, get some new tires and a couple of sips of the adult beverage. And when it's time to head back out onto the track, Satan possesses the car and veers it off into oncoming traffic. It's a brand new feature of Update 10 that the developers added. It's supposed to make the racing a hell of a lot more chaotic, so love what they're doing with the place. It's a disaster waiting to happen, that's for sure. It's on almost every track that I've driven so far since Update 10, where when you're exiting the pit, it just veers you either off into oncoming traffic or the other way directly into the wall. So either way is not really great. I guess I'd prefer the wall, but either way, it's a glitch that hopefully they can pull together a solution for soon and not like 2 years from now. My money's on 2 years, but you didn't hear it from me. So here we're skipping to the end of lap 13, start of lap 14, made my way up into 4th, and now it's a battle for the podium on the last lap of the race here at Road America, heading into turn 1 for the last time. I've got the inside, and therefore I'll move up into 3rd, trick you down into 4th, and RBL is very close behind in that Porsche as well. He'll be joining the fight very shortly. I took the noob line through turn 2, took plenty of grass, which is definitely going to slow me down, but second place up ahead definitely made a bigger mistake all over the grass, and looks like they went into the pause menu. Not really sure what happened there, but we'll take it. That's a free position, and now we're fighting into the 90-degree left. I thought I might be able to squeeze up the inside there, but Tricky is going to fend it off around the outside, and we'll settle back in to 3rd place. It really is going to be a battle to the death for me for this position because I have that 4/10 penalty. Tricky has no penalty time as we make a nice move around the outside to gain second place back, and then RBL has half a second. So no matter what, I need to be ahead of Tricky by the time we get to that last corner, and somehow I need to build a gap that's at least 4/10 before we get there. These soft tires were feeling great a couple of laps ago. Now they're on their last legs, and I'm just on my hands and knees begging, baby, please, last like 4 more corners for me. That's all I need out of you. 6/10 ahead now. RBL closing in, only 8/10 behind, and we're coming in to Canada Corner for the last time. Braking on that second board, avoiding the curb on the inside. That thing can really unsettle the car, especially when you've got no grip whatsoever. Up the slight hill and to the left, I'm going to totally butcher it. I didn't turn in nearly early enough. Tricky is right back on my tail, and now it's going to come down to who's got the better top speed tuned car. BMW versus BMW to finish it off, and now here comes the Porsche of RBL to make it 3 wide down the final straight. The man came out of nowhere. He needs a 10th, and as we cross the line, I don't think he got it. Sure enough, we held on to the podium spot. One of the craziest finishes to a race I think I've had in this Forza so far. 31 minutes of racing comes down to a split-second finish between the 3 of us. That was just so awesome to see. I was so happy that we stayed on the podium and that race even happened. I was just glad to be a part of it, you know, just a good sport. In this next race, I've got a little treat for you. I wasn't such a good sport. In fact, I was incredibly pissed off. In my imagination after this race, every wall in my apartment has a fist through it. So here is the start of the chaos. Me and this purple guy up here came together and we just endlessly cut the grass on the right side of the track. Someone's in the wall on the left now. I'm almost collateral damage, but managed to just about keep the car pointed forward. And we keep going. But there's another one. The wall on the right claiming a life. And me along with it now, face planting into the railing. Beautiful stuff. Frustrating, but it's early in the race. We got 4 laps of the Nordschleife, so no reason to quit out yet. 23rd out of 23rds, not so bad, but I'll try to get by the Corvette who caused the whole mess, and then he throws up a late defensive move to keep me behind. Much appreciated there, good sir. And as we're coming over the hill and to the right, well, I don't see the Corvette. The purple guy, who we got into it with before, who is going 2 miles an hour on the right side of the track, and I smashed into his ass. This is a damn good race, if I've ever seen one. Now we're heading into the braking zone, approaching the pit lane, which I am going to actually completely miss because of all the brain trauma I've suffered from the 5.2 million crashes I've been involved in this race. I forgot that medium tires only last a lap, so I quickly realized that was the case. My tires were dead and decided smash it into the wall, rethink some of my life choices, and then quit the race. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Come on by tomorrow for another one. If you enjoyed this one, do all the stuff the YouTubers tell you to do at the ends of videos, and I will talk to you soon. Alrighty, bye everybody. Oh, by the way, the game also crashed on me here. It's the screen not moving. Great game.